Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh crap. Oh. Now we're in hot pursuit.
But right out there, a set of bright red eyes shining back at me.
Hey, what's up guys? Sean here. Back with another video. Today we are out doing a kayak camp on the beautiful Santa Fe River. So, put in here at High Springs and we're heading down river. Have no idea how far we're gonna go. We're just gonna paddle until we get tired, set up camp, and then paddle some more tomorrow. Best thing we can do, cover some river. I've been wanting to do this trip for a long time. Santa Fe River is my backyard. I grew up right here in this area, but I've never actually done a long stretch of the river like this, especially not on a kayak or a canoe. I just seen a little otter flip right there. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I've never done a big stretch of it like this, and I've always wanted to, and I've been talking about doing it for a while, and so we're finally getting it done. And I'm excited. I've been excited since 4 o'clock this morning. I woke up and just couldn't quit thinking about it, so I got up and made coffee and watched some YouTube videos and all kind of stuff. But anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful river, Santa Fe River. Tons and tons of springs along it, and I hope to stop at a few of those and check them out and show you that. So should be a good time. I just realized something. I forgot to put sunscreen on my legs. So the first chance we get, I'm gonna have to stop and pull over and put some sunscreen on, because there ain't really a cloud in the sky hardly. And it's baking, so definitely don't want to get my legs all sunburned again. Been there, done that. Definitely ain't no fun. We're about to get up in here to some Florida whitewater. Florida Rapids. It's about to get exciting. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh. There you go, Pete. River Kings. See? Old Sean, Rewild Outdoors. I can hit the whitewater too. And rapids. You can have all that, Pete. You can have all that, brother. The soft shell turtle. Sounds like we're coming up on our first kind of landmark. So this is coming up here is Highway 27 bridge, and spent a lot of time there when I was younger, hanging out at the bridge and partying and stuff like that. Gives me a landmark to know where I'm at though and how fast I'm moving. And I'm not paddling that much, but the current is actually moving pretty quick. And so I'm just leisurely paddling. Pretty nice, honestly. That's a good day on the river. Spring coming up right here. Water's moving. Oh yeah. Oh, crap. I almost messed up there. That water got too close on the side there. And I'm loaded kind of heavy anyway. That water got there on the side and about dumped me in. Gotta be more careful. Well, we stopped back there at the boat ramp for a few minutes, and I jumped out and put some sunscreen on my legs and everything, and cooled off a little bit in the water, waded around a little bit. It's hot, buddy, let me tell you. It doesn't help that I'm wearing all black and this dark hat. You know, style over function, guys, come on. But yeah, it's super hot, so stopped back there, cooled off a little bit, and I didn't film any back there. There was a lot of people running around, and I just didn't want to get them on film, so just cooled off for a little bit. But here in a little while, we're gonna find somewhere to stop, if we can find somewhere to stop that doesn't have a bunch of people. And I think I'm gonna stop and eat me a little something for lunch and cool off in the river. So we'll see what we can find. How beautiful is that place? So that is some rough water up ahead there. I can actually hear it from back here. I'm gonna have to be real careful because I am top heavy. I'm loaded pretty heavy, and that back there literally almost dumped me. So I'm gonna have to be real careful up here because I really didn't take that too seriously, and it was a spring, and that current was shooting out of there, and it caught the side of this kayak and literally lifted it like that, and my feet was getting wet. But I have to say that's a testament to this kayak, because it literally was taking on water here, and I leaned this way and it righted itself and I was fine. Now when I stopped up there, I made sure I tried to clean all the water out of it, because my back scupper holes are plugged up, and so I had to try to make sure I kind of got all the water out of it. But I got her loaded a little heavy, and you know, I'm a heavy guy myself, so it makes it tough. As soon as I start to put some gear in it, it's loaded heavy. That's pretty cool. That was a little bit bigger. We could camp on that island. Yeah, there's some more fresh blowdown right there. You see that trunk is broken, fresh, out in the water. Looks like a lot of blowdown through here. That must have been one heck of a storm. Alright, so we have made it to Picard Springs, and I think we're going to try to pull up over here if we can. Find somewhere to pull up over here with all these people here, and just go up here and see if we can check it out for a minute. Yeah, boy, this is the party spot right here. There's a ton of people here. Yeah, it's so hot out here, the camera keeps overheating, so I'm gonna try to keep it cool and see what happens. But this is definitely the party spot right here. It's beautiful, but boy, there is a ton of people here. Actually, just had a bunch of people take off in canoes and kayaks and stuff, so they're it's kind of clearing out a little bit right here. Beautiful little spring run though. Boy, that felt good. It's so hot out here, and that water is like 72 degrees. Feels awesome. I think I'm gonna hang out here for just a little while and then get back on the water. Almost 3 o'clock, and I still haven't made anything for lunch. So I'm gonna just eat some crackers and potted meat. You guys eat potted meat? Leave me a comment below. Oh God, it's fast over here, I'm scared. I'm scared, Mom, I'm scared. Some crackers. Mayonnaise. Potted meat. Good lunch. Well, it looks like we're fixing to get overrun again, so I think it's time to go. Alright guys, so this was fun, but I think it's time for us to make our way on down the river. Got kind of a plan in my head of where we might camp tonight, but we need to go down there and check it out and see if that's going to work. The river has widened here. So it got wide and shallow. Boy, it is super shallow. It can't be more than a foot in some areas, less in some places back there. I was paddling and my paddle was hitting the bottom, so it got wide, but it got shallow. So that's pretty cool. This is a little spot called Picard Springs. Just a tiny little spring, but you can see there's a little jumping dock, and it looks like it's nice and clear. I would go over there closer, but I don't want to get in everybody's way. It looks like they may be fixing to leave, so we're just going to pull up over here and see if we can't get our turn to check it out. So that group of young guys there that was up here swimming, that's a church youth group, and they've got all those boys out here paddling the river, jumping and playing in all the springs and stuff like that. That's a youth group that's doing it right, guys. They're doing it right. Very cool. Check this little place out. This is awesome. So it's called Picard Springs. Now the sign right there says private property, but I don't see any signs out here that say private property, so I'm guessing I'm okay to be up here. I hope I am, because everybody else was just up here playing. But yeah, pretty awesome. Uh-oh. Wonder if one of those guys left a watch. I think one of those guys might have left a watch here. That stinks. I don't know whether I should bring it with me or I don't know, maybe I could try to catch them. I'm sure they'll decide. I'm sure they'll figure out here in a minute that they left it, so. Pretty dang neat though. Tiny little spring. Tiny little spring. I think I gotta jump in. Let's do it. Woo! That's cold. I'm kind of torn. Part of me thinks I ought to leave that watch there in case one of those kids wants to come back and get it. The other part of me wants to take it with me in case they're way down there. And I would be surprised if they don't stop at Rum Island. Let's see if we can catch them. Now we're in hot pursuit.
You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
I know it ain't cheap. man.
Yes, all right, thank you.
All right, brother.
So much.
Y'all have a good one.
We got it. God bless you.
Yeah, man, you too. Well, just as I suspected, they were on their way back to get it. So, luckily enough, met them part way. They didn't have to go all the way back, and I didn't have to chase them all the way down. All right, so we're coming up on the split for Rum Island. And we can go left or right here. I haven't been here in a while, so I know they did some work on it and changed some stuff. So, I don't know if I can go right or not, but we'll go check it out. So the county just recently acquired this park, and they've done a lot of work in here, cleaning it up, putting new bathrooms in and stuff like that. Used to be kind of a rough little place, but from what I can see so far, it looks like they've really done a good job cleaning it up. Bathrooms look nice. I spent a lot of time in my younger years at Rum Island here, and got a lot of fond memories coming down here. And even when my daughters were little, we would go down here and cook out and have birthday parties and stuff down here. So a lot of fond memories of this place. Well, it doesn't look like a whole lot's changed here. Maybe they upgraded the docks a little bit from wood to aluminum, is what it looks like. But that's nostalgia. Just all the sounds, the kids playing and the splashing and the smell of charcoal burning. That's nostalgia. Takes me back. So this is the entrance to Gilchrist Blue Springs Run, and it's a beautiful little spot up there. I think we'll paddle up there and see what it looks like. Beautiful spot, absolutely beautiful spot. Very, very popular. And that's too much for me. Get me out of here. Sounds like we are coming up on the dreaded Jenny Springs. I know people love that. There's no way you couldn't pay me to camp at that place. It's just non-stop noise. That's not my idea of camping. You could camp right up there on the riverbank if you wanted to. But why in the world would you want to up here? Okay, so I may have been completely wrong about this thing, guys. I was paddling back there, and there's an ice cream truck in there. Might be back on board. I didn't know they had an ice cream truck. That might be a game changer. I swear this place never ends. I have been on the river since 11:30, and it's 5:30 now. So that's 6 hours. 6 hours on the water, is that right? So I need to start looking for somewhere to set up camp here eventually. But looks like I still got a lot of Jenny Springs to pass, so might be a late night getting set up. We'll see what we can find. Hallelujah, the tube exit. If you can endure it, you can get past it. We're past it. That deer up there eating. Little spotted fawn. There's another deer up there too. Alright, so now we are on the search for a place to actually set up camp tonight. I'd like to go ahead pretty soon and find us a spot, if possible. We are a good ways away from that mess down there, but it's starting to lose light. It's getting kind of cloudy. I didn't think it was going to rain, but it may rain. And I still got to gather firewood and all that stuff, so we need to find somewhere to camp. Now this little area right up here is nice and flat, and it doesn't have a whole lot of underbrush, and I haven't seen any posted signs. Actually, I'm wrong. Now I just seen a posted sign right there. Well, moving right along. Well, I may have found us a little spot here. I'm gonna have to hop out and take a look at it real quick. First, I'm gonna look on my phone and make sure it doesn't say anything particular on there. But through this stretch right here, for the past mile or so, I haven't seen a single posted sign. So I think we should be okay. All right, after doing some checking, there is a house just right up here. I didn't get out and go up there, I just Google mapped it. And there is a house right up here, so moving right along. Once again, we got some white water.
Sir, there's an old saying, white water in the morning.
Yes?
Now this side over here is a little island. I'm thinking maybe we might be able to find something over there. Alright, so I think I might have found us a spot. I came around the back side of that island. And the other side, all that says posted. But I haven't seen a posted sign at all on this side yet. So I think we're okay. But now, we just got to find the perfect little spot to set up here. We got to gather us up some firewood now and get camp set up. So I'm glad I brought all the bug spray, because it's probably going to be pretty bad in here. Mostly what I'm looking for in here is signs of animals and things like that. I definitely wouldn't want to camp on this island if it was overrun with hogs or something, or you know, see some big cat scrapes or paw prints or something like that. I definitely wouldn't want to be stuck on this island with a big cat. So the mosquitoes I can deal with. I brought stuff to deal with them, but I definitely want to check it out for other critters. I looked around here and I don't see anything that looks excessively problematic. So definitely some mosquitoes and thorns and things like that, but I don't really see anything else. So I think we're good to go. Let's get set up. Well, I was gonna actually go a little further in and set up, but it's not supposed to rain, and I think this area will be fine. All my stuff is already right here. So these two trees right here are just the right distance for me to set my hammock and everything up. So I think that's what we're gonna do. Okay, because I'd never been here before, I made sure I brought a whole roll of paracord, and that's coming in handy because the way I'm setting this thing up now, I didn't have to do it this way, but the way I'm setting it up, I'm gonna need some more of this extra cordage. So when you go to a new place you haven't been before, make sure you bring some extra cordage. Alright, we got our little firebox put together. Time to find us some firewood. Trying to talk here. I honestly don't believe finding firewood is going to be a big problem. To be honest with you, gathered up all this firewood. Got a really good steak dinner that I wanted to cook tonight. But I don't know if I even want it, guys. I've been so hot today. I've got beef jerky in there. I got some more snacks and stuff. I'm tempted to just eat some beef jerky and a couple snacks and call it for the night, because it was a long, hot day paddling. And like I said, I was on the water for actually about close to 7 hours by the time I found this place. And it was hot. I mean, I played in the water a little bit and that was fun, but it definitely was hot, and it's still hot right now. And so I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and start this fire and get this stuff going, but I don't know if I'm gonna cook that steak. I may just have the fire here just to have the fire. So you ever get like that? You just get so hot you don't even want to eat? Well, we got some water filtering. We got us a little fire going here. And I think I have decided I'm not going to cook. I'm going to just eat my little snacks that I got and call it a night. I had all sorts of plans of things I was going to do when I got to camp tonight. I planned to cook a good dinner, and I was going to whittle a little bit because I brought my carving knife with me, and I changed my mind. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm worn out, and I just want to kick back, or eat my snacks and then kick back and relax. I don't even think I'm going to fight with this fire much longer. I'm going to just let it go out. I don't need it. I've actually got my little thermocell running over here. The mosquitoes actually aren't that bad right now. I know they'll probably kick off here a little bit later, but I got that covered. So I brought some different beef jerky this time. All of a sudden my phone has service. It ain't had all day. Like, wow. Crazy service. So I decided this time I would get some Old Trapper hot and spicy beef jerky. Let's try that out. Some big pieces of beef jerky. Good gracious, I haven't had service all day and now all of a sudden everything's coming through. Woo. Definitely got some spice to it. That'll make a good dinner. I'll eat that beef jerky. That'll be plenty. Well guys, it's about that time. Got me a Dr. Pepper. Got my Evan Williams. Time to make it some mixed drink. Tonight I'm gonna mix it right in the can. Not even mess a cup up. That looks good. Cheers. Alright guys, so I think I'm gonna just sit here, enjoy this fire, and maybe listen to my book a little bit and call it a night. I'll see you guys in the morning.
I know you probably can't see it, but right out there, a set of bright red eyes shining back at me. I'm gonna kick on my regular head. Oh, there it went. Kick on my headlamp and see if I can see it. Oh yeah. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I got a good set of eyes shining back at me there. Okay, so that's a cat of some kind. I'm thinking probably a bobcat. Maybe not. It's pretty doggone big. Probably a bobcat. It just went behind that tree right there. Yeah, see? See those eyes? Do you see those eyes right there? I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab my pistol just to be safe. Now listen, something like this is nothing to necessarily just get worked up over.
these things, wild animals can just be curious sometimes. I've got my protection here, got my headlamp, and what I did was I took my firebox away, dumped the ashes out, and gathered me up some wood real quick and made me a regular fire. And we should be all good. So, you know, it's probably not very often that somebody camps here. Different sounds, different smells, and things like that just have them curious. So, like I said, you don't necessarily have to panic over something like this. Just make sure that you are prepared in case of an emergency. So it's about 1:30 in the morning, and I heard something kind of moving around. It sounded like it was getting a little closer. And so last night before I went to bed, I went ahead and stacked up a bunch of the drier wood here. And I jumped up real quick with my little pocket bellows and I threw that dry wood on there and blew on the coals just a little bit with that pocket bellows for literally a couple seconds. My fire is going again. And all in all, it's actually been a pretty peaceful night. But there's definitely something, I don't know if it's that bobcat again or something, but something's walking around camp here. So I just went ahead and restacked up this fire and got that going again. That should keep everything off of me. So fixing to lay back down and go back to sleep. Hey, good morning, guys. So I actually slept pretty dang good last night after I got my fire belt back up. Never heard anything else come around camp. Tried to get some drone footage for you this morning, but for some reason my drone app wouldn't come up. I don't know if it's because I don't have any service or what, but yeah, I was trying to get that nice drone sunrise footage for you because I'm canopied here, so I really can't get a sunrise or anything like that. So, but it didn't work out. But it's time for me to make some coffee and my usual oatmeal and get this place packed up. Surprisingly enough, the mosquitoes never really came out last night heavy like I thought they would. I did use that thermocell for a little while, but it ran out of fuel, and I just never swapped out the fuel canister because they weren't bad anyway. I did have this little fire going, and it was kind of smoky, so that helped, I'm sure. But they're starting to come out this morning. It's about to have to get me some bug spray going on. So that little bobcat last night, I'm pretty sure that was a bobcat. At one point, right over here on the other side of that log, I did get a pretty good look at him with my headlamp. And I'm 99.9% sure it was a bobcat. I don't know if it came up on footage. You know, these cameras don't do too well in low light, even with me shining the headlamp on it. So we'll just have to see if that came up. I know one thing, I'm ready for this coffee. Sounds like we got us a boil going. Man, it smells so good. Alright, I'm gonna let this set for just a minute because last time I scorched my tongue. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna let it set for a minute. I really want to drink it. But I can go ahead and soak my oatmeal while my coffee's cooling off just a little bit. Coffee. This morning we're just drinking regular old Folgers, but that's okay. It's not as good as my Cafe Bustelo, obviously, but it's really good. And just letting it cool down for a couple seconds made it where it's not so dangerous to drink. You know, I've really come to love that little alcohol stove. That thing is so convenient and doesn't take up any room, and it does a good job. It, you know, boils that water pretty fast. So I would definitely suggest an alcohol stove. Just if you just take it just for like breakfast and stuff like that, especially if you do breakfast like I do, just some coffee and some oatmeal or some grits or something simple like that. The thing is handy as all get out, and you don't have to worry about building the fire and everything and then trying to put your fire out and cool it off and everything. Oh, I've got an idea. Let's go eat breakfast and drink our coffee by the river. Just had an alligator swim up right there. He's just checking me out. Now Sarah's supposed to be meeting me at a boat ramp down the way at about noon today. And I think it'll take me probably 3 hours to get there. I think. So I don't want her there waiting on me, so I'm going to go ahead here pretty soon and get everything packed up and get back on the water. Alright guys, so we're all packed up, no trace left behind. I want you guys to always practice that no trace thing. Had a really good time here. Got to get out of here. These dang hickory nuts are going to kill me here. But we're all packed up now. Got the boat loaded. All we got to do now, get in it and paddle. Let's go. Alright guys, we're back. Now, I can go ahead and carry all my stuff up the hill there, get the kayak up there, so when Sarah gets here, she doesn't have to wait for me. Whew. Alright guys, so we are back. We're all loaded out, ready to be loaded up as soon as Sarah gets here, which should be in just a few minutes. But I had a great time this weekend. This adventure had everything I'm looking for. Some adversity, it had some cool animal sightings and things like that. So I'm really happy with the way this trip turned out. And I've been wanting to do it for a long time, so I hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, give it that big thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.